Sup guys, it's Alex here, and welcome to a new Bracketology update. As you can see, this one is for March 11th right there, and from the title of the video. And after another crazy weekend of college basketball to where a lot of top teams lost, like Duke and Tennessee and Michigan and stuff like that, Joe Lunardi has released his newest update with Bracketology with a lot of other teams winning their conference tournaments. Like Liberty right there, you will see them in the NCAA tournament. Bradley, they upset Loyola Chicago. We will not see Sister Jean in the tournament this year, but they are in the tournament as well. Same with Gardner-Webb down there as a 16 seed. This is their first time they've ever made the tournament. And then, of course, Murray State with Ja Morant. They made the tournament. We will get to see Ja Morant, the potential number 3 overall pick, in the tournament, so I'm excited for that. And before I get started with kind of analyzing the bracket and stuff like that, I just wanted to say thank you guys for all the support that you've been giving me on my channel. We are now at 2,748 subscribers, which is just crazy for me to think. At the beginning of this year, I think we were at like 1,700 something. My growth with you guys has just been crazy. I can't thank you guys enough for the support. But I will be doing the NCAA tournament ticket giveaway for my subscribers. Right now it is March 11th, as you can see right there, which means on Friday we got 4 days until the tournament ticket giveaway. I will be making the video, doing a random drawing. I will be giving details on how to enter, will be in the description, so make sure you check that out. DM me a picture of you being subscribed. Tell me what your favorite team is. Tell me what your favorite or where your closest tournament location is, and you will be entered for the giveaway. And what I'll be doing with that is when I'm doing the drawing, I will message whoever does end up winning and make sure that they accept and can go before I release the video, so that way we make sure that everybody can go and nothing bad will happen there, like we put them in the video but then they can't end up going. And they will get to choose the session that they're going to out of the tournament location, so that'll be pretty cool. They can either choose beforehand or wait and see what teams are going to be where and then go from there. And I'll go ahead and show you guys the entries that we have so far. We have over 200 separate entries. I kind of do this every Bracketology video just so people can see that they are entered. I'll kind of scroll down the list right here. I know a couple people have said that they're not in there, but you can pause the video if you want. Make sure that you're in there if you have. Sent me a message. If you don't see yourself in there, hit me up on Instagram. Let me know that you're not in there. If you haven't entered yet, just go ahead and enter. So yeah, we have like 218, or yeah, I think 217 because of that first row. We have 217 entries, so that'll be pretty cool to see who will end up winning. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the analysis right here. So first up, Virginia, of course, remains the 1 seed there. Ole Miss is now up to a 9. Murray State is new to the field after winning and beating Belmont in the Ohio Valley. Yeah, I think it was OVC, Ohio Valley Conference. Then we have Texas falling even further to an 11 seed. I think they're like 16 and 15 this season. Honestly, don't know if they deserve to be in the tournament. They have beaten like North Carolina and Purdue and stuff like that. But, I mean, those 15 losses, I don't even know if they deserve to be in the tournament at this point. Montana's up to a 14. Oh, and this Nevada-Texas matchup is a rematch of last year's first-round matchup that I was actually at, Nevada and Texas. Then Tennessee's now down to a 2 seed after losing on the road against Auburn. Then over here in the Midwest Regional, we got North Carolina moving up to a 1 seed after sweeping Duke. Then Auburn is now up to a 5 seed after beating Tennessee, as I mentioned earlier. Clemson and TCU are in the playing game there, which TCU went on the road and demolished Texas, so that's why they're back in the field. And Clemson was able to beat, I think it was Syracuse over the course of the weekend, so that's why they're in as well. St. John's is now down to an 11. Georgia State's new to the field as they're projected to win their tournament as of right now. Arizona State took care of business against Arizona, is now up to a 10. They're kind of looking safer for the tournament. And then Omaha is the new number 15 seed right there. They're new to the field. They're projected to win their tournament. They haven't actually won it yet, so keep your eyes on that. And over here in the West Regional, we have Gonzaga remaining the 1. Baylor and Syracuse kind of remaining the same there. Marquette is now, it remains a 5, but they've lost like 4 in a row, I think it is at this point. NC State and Ohio State, they've both played their way onto the bubble. Ohio State came back from like 23 points down or something like that yesterday to forced overtime against Wisconsin. Ended up losing at home on senior day. Then NC State, I think they won over the course of the weekend, but they do have that home loss against Georgia Tech, a shorthanded Georgia Tech that is not looking very good. And then Liberty is new to the field after impressively beating Lipscomb on the road to win the ASUN championship, so they may be a team to look out for as well. Villanova is moving up as the 6 seed. Harvard is new to the field as the 14. Oklahoma is now down to a 10. LSU is now up to a 2 seed, which is crazy to think, but it'll be interesting to see what happens with Will Wade. And then Bradley is new to the field, and they will remain in the field as the Missouri Valley representatives. And then out here in the South Regional, which I will be going to, I'll see the Sweet 16 and Elite 8 matchups here, which I'm super excited for, especially since Kentucky is now the new number 1 seed in the region, taking the place of Duke. Then we have kind of just remaining the same right there. Temple is now kind of safely in the field as an 11 seed right there. Moving on up, Michigan is now down to a 3 after getting swept by Michigan, or losing 2 and getting swept by Michigan State. Iowa State is now down to a 7. They're kind of limping to the finish line here. Seton Hall is on the separate trajectory. They're on their way up with that Powell guy. I think his first name's like Miles or something like that. He has been very impressive so far this season. And then Duke, as I mentioned earlier, got swept by North Carolina. They're now down to a 2 seed and need a good run in the ACC tournament to regain their number 1 seed. Then over here in the bubble, we have last 4 by St. John's, Texas, Florida, and Temple. Last 4 in are NC State, TCU, Clemson, and Ohio State. First 4 out are Indiana, who are playing their way back into the field. They beat Rutgers over the course of the weekend. They have that season sweep over Michigan State, and they just beat Wisconsin. It's crazy how they're going to be back in the tournament. I'd really like to see them and Langford back in the tournament. Belmont, who are I think they should be in the tournament as an at-large. They impressed. They played really good against Murray State. They only have like 5 or 6 losses or something like that on the course of the season. I think they deserve to be in. Then Creighton and Alabama. Next 4 out are Lipscomb, which I think their at-large bid is going to fall short. Same with Furman there. Then Georgetown and St. Mary's. Georgetown can make some noise in the Big East tournament, and then St. Mary's has some work to do in the, I want to say it's like the WCC tournament. Yeah, I think it is. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the bracketology, like my predictions and stuff like that. As always, I go on Brackify.com and put the link for this in the description, so make sure you click that. Make your voices heard. I think each one's getting like 35 to 40,000 votes, which is crazy, and it makes me excited to see what will happen with the actual NCAA tournament itself. And yeah, let's go and get into the picks. So up first, we have Virginia beating the winner of Iona and Norfolk State. Then I think that Washington will beat Ole Miss. Murray State and John Moran, I think, will pull off the upset here against Bruno Fernando and Maryland. Then we have Kansas beating Hofstra. I think that Nevada will beat Texas. I just don't see Texas winning this matchup. I don't think they'll be... honestly don't know if they'll even be in the tournament once that time comes around. Houston will beat Montana. Louisville will beat Richard Pitino and Minnesota. And then Tennessee will beat Colgate. Then we have North Carolina beating Sam Houston State. Taco Fall and UCF. They've been pretty impressive all season. I think they'll beat Utah State there. Then Auburn, I think, will beat the winner of Clemson and TCU, which will be Clemson. Wisconsin, I think, will beat UC Irvine. Buffalo will beat St. John's. Texas Tech will beat Georgia State. Then I'm going to go with Wofford right here. I think I've been pronouncing him as Wofford, and people have been getting mad at me for that. It is Wofford, and I think they'll be able to beat Arizona State. Michigan State will beat Omaha. Then we got Gonzaga beating the winner of Prairie View A&M and St. Francis. I think Syracuse gets the victory here as the 9th seed. And then I think that Marquette with Marcus Howard, they beat the winner of NC State and Ohio State, which honestly I have no clue who would win that matchup, to be honest. Then Florida State, I think, would beat Liberty, though I'm really tempted to pick Liberty there. They're a really impressive team, but I like Florida State in that matchup. If they went up against another 4 seed like Kansas, I might have picked Liberty, but I think Florida State gets the dub there. Then I'm actually going to go with an upset pick here. I'm going to go with the 11 seed Florida Gators over the 6 seed Villanova Wildcats. Florida's been playing people pretty close. They went to overtime against LSU twice. They were able to beat them on the road, but then lost at home. They haven't been really too impressive the course of the season, but I think that they really want, if they can stay in the tournament and not lose like first round of the SEC tournament, I think that they can make some noise and catch Villanova off guard, and I'm going to go with the upset pick there. Purdue will beat Harvard. Now, we need to go back. I think I picked Harvard winning that matchup. Yeah, let's switch that vote to Purdue. Cincinnati will beat Oklahoma, and then LSU will beat Bradley. Then Kentucky will beat Gardner-Webb in a rematch of way back when during the Billy Gillespie era, whenever Gardner-Webb actually beat Kentucky. That was embarrassing to see as a UK fan, and we'll get our revenge right there. And I think that VCU will beat Iowa. Virginia Tech will beat New Mexico State. Kansas State will beat Vermont. Then I'm going to go with another upset pick here. I got Temple beating Mississippi State. Mississippi State just seems disengaged and kind of bland at some points. And I think Temple, it really wants to be in the NCAA tournament. I think they'll get the victory there. Then Michigan will beat Old Dominion. Then we have Seton Hall pulling off the upset here against Iowa State. I mean, Iowa State's just kind of been falling off the map recently, and Seton Hall has been on the other side. They're on the up and up. I think that they could get the victory there. And then Duke will beat Wright State. Then first spot in the Sweet 16, we got Virginia beating Washington. Murray State, I think, will pull off the upset here against Kansas and move on to the Sweet 16 with John Morant. He is just so explosive, and Kansas has been, I feel bad for them with all the injuries and crap that's happened to him with D'Souza getting suspended and Vic taking time off, and Grimes just not really being what he was projected to be this season. I like Murray State moving on to the Sweet 16. Now we have Houston. I'm actually going to have Nevada with the Martin Twins and Jordan Caroline upsetting Houston. This may be my upset regional. As a 6 seed, I think that they beat the 3 seed Houston there. Then we have Tennessee beating Louisville. Then North Carolina, I think, will beat UCF. Wisconsin with Ethan Happ, I think, get the victory here over Auburn. Then we have Texas Tech beating Buffalo. And then I'm going to go with Michigan State here beating Wofford. I really like Wofford, but I like Michigan State more. I mean, they just swept Michigan. And we have Gonzaga beating Syracuse. Marquette losing to Florida State. I have Florida State going to the Sweet 16. Same with Purdue over Florida. Then I'm going to go with an upset pick here. I'm going to go with Cincinnati as the 7 seed, upsetting the 2 seed LSU. I think that Will Wade will not be back in time for the NCAA tournament. And if you watch my SEC tournament video, you know I was not high on LSU at all, especially if Will Wade's gone. I think he'll end up getting fired because of all the FBI wiretap situation. I don't think his team's going to be able to, emotionally and mentally, they won't be prepared for this game. I like Cincinnati pulling off the upset there. Then Kentucky will beat VCU. Kansas State, I think, will beat Virginia Tech. Actually, no, I'm going to go with, I'm going to keep Kansas State. I think I had them winning it. I think I had them moving on to the finals of the Big 12 tournament against Texas Tech, and I think I had Texas Tech winning it all. Then Michigan will beat Temple. I don't have too many doubts about that right there. And then Duke will beat Seton Hall. Then first spot in the Elite Eight, we got Virginia beating Murray State, as much as I'd like to see Murray State win that matchup. Then Tennessee will beat Nevada. North Carolina will beat Wisconsin. And then I'm going to have Texas Tech beating Michigan State there. I really like Texas Tech. They have one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in the nation. And they got a lottery pick in Jarrett Culver. I think that they could get the job done there. Then Gonzaga will beat Florida State. Purdue will beat Cincinnati. Kentucky will beat Kansas State in a rematch of last year's Sweet 16 game. And then I think that Duke will beat Michigan. Then first spot in the Final Four, Virginia and Tennessee. I like Tennessee winning that matchup there. I can't really trust Virginia in the NCAA tournament. And I like Tennessee's doing pretty good this season. I had them projected to win the SEC tournament in my predictions video for that. And I really like Jordan Bone, Grant Williams, and Amber Schofield moving them on there. And then I honestly don't really know who to pick here. I think I'm going to go with North Carolina, but I could definitely see Texas Tech winning this matchup. But North Carolina's just been way too hot recently. They've only lost one game since the beginning of January or somewhere around there. I think it was January 19th was the date. And then we got Gonzaga, I think, beating Purdue. And then as much as I want to pick Kentucky right here, if Zion is back for the NCAA tournament, I'm going to have Duke moving on here because I got a lot of hate for having Kentucky moving on. But if Zion is not back, Kentucky is definitely winning this matchup. It all depends on Zion's status. I'm pretty sure Reed Travis is going to be back for the NCAA tournament at this point. This would be in Louisville, which I would hate to see Duke beat Kentucky in Louisville. But I think if Zion's back, it's going to happen and Duke wins that matchup. And then first spot in the national championship game, Tennessee and North Carolina. I like North Carolina winning that matchup, and then Gonzaga and Duke. Earlier this season, Gonzaga ended up beating Duke on the neutral floor. Why not have that go again, have Gonzaga beating Duke and not have the All-ACC final? This sets up a rematch of the 2017 national championship. North Carolina and Gonzaga, both number 1 seeds. And I think that history is going to repeat itself here. I got North Carolina winning it all. As much as I hate to admit it, I'd really like to see somebody else win besides North Carolina as a Kentucky fan. But I think they're one of the best teams, if not the best team in the nation right now. They're definitely one of the hottest. So, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure you leave your voices heard by clicking the link in that description. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and make sure you subscribe and follow those instructions on how to enter the NCAA tournament ticket giveaway in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all later.